Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, thank you for being here. Have you ever wondered how the top performers in society today became top performers in the first place? And how did these top performers continually improve their personal development and the success that they enjoy in their lives? I've had the honor and the privilege to not only work with, but get to know some of these top performers, the top 5, 10, 1% in society today. And I've found some common threads between them. One of those common threads is that they all engage in a relationship with a professional life or business coach. And we've got to ask ourselves, if these top performers, I'm talking about the people who you look at, and you would think, well, they certainly don't need any help with personal development or success in their life, right? They're already there. If they put so much stock in engaging with a personal coach, to the tune of more than 6 figures a year in some cases, then maybe we got to ask ourselves a question, well, what's this whole professional life coach thing all about, and should I be doing it? And I'm obviously a strong proponent of it, and I'm going to share with you kind of a quick broad stroke of some of the benefits. And then we're going to dig into some details. And some of the things that you experience with professional coaching is an increased level of awareness, a greater sense of self-worth, greater confidence, and of course, the attainment of more of the goals that you actually set for yourself. The reality is that there is no relationship out there quite like that of a professional coach. Because it's a relationship where the coach and the participant become active collaborators in the pursuit of one thing. And that's the intended outcomes of the participant. So there's really nothing else out there like it. But you don't have to take my word for it. I did some research. I'm going to prove it to you. One of the things that the International Coach Federation, which is a federation that puts a lot of resources, a lot of money and time behind analyzing the coaching industry as a whole from both the coach's perspective and participant's perspective. One of the things that they noticed was that there's a huge increase in productivity. And that's one area that we're all looking to improve on. So what are the stats? Work performance increased by 70%. Business management, 61%. Time management increased exponentially. Team effectiveness, for those of us who work in kind of a team environment or a corporate environment, all went up, which is another reason why corporations use business coaches as well as personal coaches. What about building a better self-image and enabling them to become more positive people? And you've heard me talk about the importance of being a positive person before. It was actually Socrates who first started analyzing the importance of self-image. And even though none of us are born with a self-image, we develop this self-image through the experiences and interactions that we have and just the stuff that comes into our lives. Unfortunately, most of those things start being negative. The things around us, the world that comes in around us, our life situations, and pretty soon we develop this negative self-image. And Socrates said that the self-image is actually the regulator of our lives. It regulates our level and ability to succeed and perform in every single area of our lives. So this is why it's so important. And this is one of the things that we focus on in professional coaching. And so of course, it leads to improved self-confidence, improved relationships, improved communication skills. And that's probably because the coach recommends that they go to Toastmasters, right? And then of course, improved life and work balance. And you see the statistics there, I don't need to read them off to you. They're major. Finally, they did a survey to conduct whether the level of satisfaction and their feeling of having a return of investment was there. And nearly 100% of the people surveyed said that they were at least somewhat or very satisfied with the experience. And over 95% said that they would repeat the process again. And in fact, many of them do, because they keep a coach year after year after year. And they continue to develop. Now, where do they get statistics like that from? Well, like this guy, Ian, he's a superintendent in Camarillo, California, sends me this note. You're an awesome coach, and I have you to thank for a lot of my success. I'll never forget when you reached out to me a few years back, and your coaching totally changed my life. Totally appreciate the value that you create in this world. Keep up the good work. Now, I understand that there's some run-on sentence and not proper use of English. I didn't write it. I put it in there verbatim. So that's where they're getting some of these results. One of the reasons that I feel is so powerful is that coaching in general looks at the individual as a whole person. So it attacks the whole life. It looks at everything. Things like your emotions, your relationships, your finances, your career, your contribution, your experiences, all where you are. It looks at everything, and that's why it has such a dramatic impact in people's lives. And it helps them see where they continually sell themselves short and get rid of their blind spots. Finally, let me tell you about Christian Simpson. Christian Simpson lives in the UK, in London, and he is one of the best, if not the best coach in the world. And that's not an exaggeration. It just so happens that he's my personal coach. He's also the one who taught me and enabled me to become certified through the John Maxwell program. The reason I use him as an example is because he's performing at a top level in his field. But if you were to ask him, well, how did you do this and how do you stay at the top? He would tell you. He also works with a coach and with mentors and is continually engaged in his personal development through those processes. So the evidence is conclusive. Everybody, no matter what level you're at right now, can benefit from engaging in a relationship with a professional life and business coach. So the question is, how do you get started? Right, if you don't know, there's my name, there's my email, there's my phone number. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any of them for you.